Peace, everybody. My name is BrothaTrav, the Poet Laureate, aka the God Brother. I am introducing to you a brand new segment, part of Points of Interest, called the Artist Spotlight. Very excited to bring this here. And just to give you a little background, what we're going to be doing here on a weekly basis, we will be featuring area artists of all genres. We're going to be featuring artists anywhere from visual arts, as you can see behind me. We'll have other spoken word artists and poets in here. We're going to have, we may even have a tattoo artist on here. We're going to highlight fashion, anything that's in the field of the arts, dance, jazz, singing. We're going to be highlighting right here on Comcast Channel 4, Points of Interest, the Artist Spotlight. And I'll be your host, BrothaTrav, delighted to be so. Now, what we're going to do, the very first artist that we're featuring here today, I am quite honored to have her here on the set. But let me tell you a little bit about this woman first. I feel like we are very good friends. I've met her, I give it away if I tell how long it's been. But this has probably been back since the mid-90s. This woman was running a gift shop down on Broad Street by the name of Ambassa Gift Shop. This is a place that I frequented. Went out there to go get my oils and incenses, African paraphernalia and garb. I knew this woman as a seamstress. She definitely sang. She's a dancer. Her husband would do drumming, and these people were just to be admired in my eyes. This sister is also a mother, a teacher, and so I admire her in more arenas than just artistically. And so I'm definitely honored to have her here. Just recently, at the very beginning of this year, I was honored to receive the title of Poet Laureate of the CSRA African American Arts Alliance. Along with me was an artist in residence that was named. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sister Sala Adenike.
All right.
All right.
BrothaTrav,
Hi. Yes. Good, sister. Okay.
All right. Nice
good
to
to
see
have
you.
you here.
Thank you for having
so
me
good
here.
to have
It's
you
an
here.
honor.
Wow, this feels good.
All right.
Okay, really comfortable right at home. Okay,
Here we
so
go.
we start out with family. Good thing, right?
Love it.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. Now, I will admit, I was mystified a little bit. They had me in suspense because I kind of maybe had a little bit of clue that I was kind of leading the race with that Poet Laureate thing.
Yes.
But I had no clue who was going to be the artist in residence.
I see.
Right. And when they named who the artist in residence was, I was even more surprised because all these years that I've known you, I didn't know you were a painter.
Right.
So how'd you keep that up your sleeve all this time?
Well, actually, you probably knew but didn't know it was mine because back in the days when we did have Ambassa Gift Shop, as you mentioned, there were a few paintings here and there on the walls for the ambiance that were paintings that I did, believe it or not.
Wow.
So I've been painting since I was back in my high school days, and I was a little surprised too because when we were together getting the honor of Artist in Resident and Poet Laureate, you mentioned that you were a visual artist yourself back in the day.
Yeah.
So I was happy to hear that, and I look forward to us collaborating over the year in our duties as Artist in Residence and Poet Laureate.
Absolutely.
And bringing the flavor of the CSRA artistic community over this year, 2012, to our community.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so looking forward to it as well. Now, what we want to do is, without further ado, we want to go in, we've got some paintings here behind us, and I want to talk about some of these pieces. Can we do that?
Sure.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Let's go this way first. Did the camera catch us over here? Now, this piece.
Yes. This is one, I think I did this maybe in the late 1990s. I've always had an affinity for portraits and to use saturated colors and bright colors. And I've always had an affinity, a drawing to, if you will, the African continent at large and this particular group of people called the Maasai people. Our audience may or may not be familiar with that group of people, but they lend themselves to artistry because of the intricate beadwork that they wear.
And the colors.
And the colors, correct.
Right.
So I was just drawn to this portrait, and like I said, it's of a Maasai woman, believe it or not, because many people ask me because of the bald head, is it a man? But it's the women shave their heads in this particular culture.
Okay. Now let me ask you first, do you often title your pieces? Does this have a name? a title?
Mama Masai.
Mama Masai.
Yes,
okay.
I do title my works.
You do title your
question.
pieces. Okay, beautiful piece. And if you can take a look at this a little bit tighter, that's a beautiful piece there. The colors, those are the first things that caught my eye there.
Right.
Beautiful sister there as well.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And if we can step over, if you'd like to
Right.
the other one. This one is Johannesburg Blues. And this is a sister, as you can see, a portrait with the city of Johannesburg, South Africa in the background. And I did this maybe the mid-1990s because that was around the time that Nelson Mandela was released from his 27-year incarceration, which was a big worldwide celebration. And this, like I said, is the city of Johannesburg in the background. And believe it or not, these mountains that we see are man-made mountains because most of the gold and diamonds that we get in the world come from this area. And they've dug so much and had to put the rubble somewhere that it made mountains behind the city, man-made mountains.
God.
So this sister, people have always asked me, well, she's not looking too happy, she's not smiling, but it's the juxtaposition of the city life, which, by the way, Africa does have cities, and the traditional culture that had to kind of come together and make their way one to the other.
Okay, interesting. So. And you basically hit on everything that I was going to speak of. You hit on everything because I saw the skyline and then I saw the African woman, and a misconception is they're all in huts and teepees and that kind of thing.
Big misconception.
But there's actually city life. It's metropolitan city life
Very
going
much
on
so.
in the continent of Africa.
Very much so.
So it's so interesting about the mountains there.
Right.
Wow.
So that's just one way that art can bring information to people.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
Please. Support your visual artists, everyone.
Right, indeed. So if people were interested in finding and seeing more of your art, how would they do that? Well,
once again, as I heard you say on the show last week, they can look on Facebook. My name is Sala, S-A-L-A, Adenike, A-D-E-N-I-K-E. It's not hard, people. Sala Adenike. Just look me up on Facebook, and you can Google me. I have a website also where you can see lots of my artwork.
All right, so that Google thing.
Yes.
It's an effect.
Right.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you Sister Sala Adenike, our very first feature artist here at the Points of Interest Artist Spotlight.
Keep watching.
See you next week.
Bye.